You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football needs. Your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. Sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. Your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy.
Welcome to another edition of your favorite football podcast, Footy Fantasy. We are back again after the festive period of Christmas to deliver another episode to you, our adoring and loyal audience. Thank you everyone for joining us. We have fantastic guests with us today. But firstly, we're going to do our housekeeping and we'll proceed from there. This is Footy Fantasy. Our YouTube channel is at Footy Fantasy. Twitter handle is at Footy AD Fantasy. Instagram is at Fantasy Footy. And the team music is from SJ Music. And yes, this is the final podcast for 2025. We're happy to have you with us. And we're going to introduce our guest now. We have Ovi, one of our most popular and favorite guests, reoccurring. We're always bringing him back because he's a fantastic guest. Ovi, we're happy to have you. Compliments of the season.
Same to you. Glad to be here.
Good man. And we have Okay is also with us. Thanks for joining us, brother. I think Okay is a Man United fan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
I'm a Packers fan. Man United are they're onto the.
Please don't take this disloyalty into 2026, sir.
I always tell Ayo, look, I can't give my guarantees. I come on. If United win, I come on. If they don't, then I make my excuses.
Thankfully, United won. So, and OV is an Arsenal fan, and we're going to start with the Arsenal topic for today. Yesterday, Arsenal beat Brighton 2-1. There was pressure on that game because earlier in the day, Man City won. They won away 2-1. A tough game, actually. I think they didn't score until like 8 minutes, something like that. So that put pressure on Arsenal, of course. So Arsenal had to win to go back top of the league. And yeah, so it was an interesting game. I watched it, but of course, we're going to take the perspective from an Arsenal fan. Going into the game, this question I'd like to ask, what were you thinking? What were your thoughts going into the game? What were you expecting to see before the game, Ovi?
Yeah, I mean, going into the game, I just wanted Arsenal to win. It's pretty simple. It was at this time of the calendar year, we're just trying to get points on the board. With the points difference so close between Arsenal and Man City, you just want to just keep that going. So I expect Arsenal to play well. The previous game, we kind of rested a few players for the Carabao Cup against Crystal Palace. So I expect the players to be fresher, to be able to create more chances. And then we saw the lineup, and then we saw that we're missing a defender. So, of course, kind of a little worried who's going to play right back. Is it going to be Zubimendi? Is it going to be Rice? And it ended up being Rice. But this is one of those games where I feel like the scoreline does not really reflect the game. After we're way better than 2-1, but at this time of the year, it doesn't matter. You just have to win. So any game like this is going to be pressurized because of the score. If you don't kill off the game much earlier, and that's exactly what happened. They played very well, especially in the first half. It was one of the best halves Arsenal has played this season, but only 1-0, so it wasn't enough. Second half, they scored the second goal, and it still wasn't enough. Once they score one back, the game is back on the knife edge. So they played well, but with the result, it would seem like, as it was a tight game. The keeper had to make one good save. Other than that, Arsenal were way better than Brighton.
I think you're underselling that save. That was more than a good save, my brother.
Yeah,
That was a fantastic save. I was going top corner, man. That Raya save. Wow. That was a brilliant save. And you also mentioned that you're missing a defender. I think you're missing two because Calafiori also pulled up just before. Calafiori pulled up before the match. Was it in the warm up or something? I think
Calafiori pulled up in the warm up, and he said Timber was not saying something. The rumors are that they're doing load management for him because he's only right back available right now. So they're just managing the games they play him in until Ben White or the other guy or Mosquera comes back to help. So
it's interesting. Well, sorry for being a cynic, but when Arsenal, when this kind of injuries pop up, sometimes I'm like, Arteta has started his mind game. So because sometimes some of these injuries, especially like Calafiori on, I'm like, maybe these are just like, okay, let's just manage this guy because Aston Villa are coming. But that's just been me being cynic. I'm sure they're probably.
I think for the Calafiori on, the initial lineup released had him there.
Yeah. Okay,
so he can't be playing. I think what happened was he just picked up something in the warm up and that's it. But Timber on for sure. They just looked at it. They can't. He played the full 90 minutes against Crystal Palace. They just looked at Brighton, Aston Villa, and just felt we should be able to win without him against Brighton. And then they needed to make sure he was ready for Aston Villa. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I actually believe that. I'll just really take comments. I'll come back to this Arsenal Brighton game. The Ayo is saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of us. Says go my great man. Thanks for the comment, Ayo. He's driving for the rest of the pod. He said it should be an interesting title race. Yeah. So that's what I'm coming back to now, Obi. Because I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan. Okay, it's a United fan. Title race talk is very far from us. So we were just observing. But you are involved in the title race. And Villa beat Chelsea yesterday. So it's all bunched up again. 2 points between first and third. No, 3 points. So 3 points between first and third. So how are you feeling? I mean, we're almost at the halfway stage of the season. How are you feeling at the moment? Are the nerves jangling? Because people, that's what I read the reports after. They were like, the atmosphere, of course, when Brighton pulled back the goal, the atmosphere in the Emirates seemed a bit nervy. I was like, yeah, that's to be expected. They're in the title race. The fans are not going to be super confident and jumping up and down when Brighton scored. But I don't know why the reporter was making a big deal of it. It was like, oh, why the Arsenal fans so nervy? Of course, they're going to be nervy. It's 2-1, and Man City just won the day before, some hours before. But I mean, how are you feeling about the situation?
Yeah, a lot of people keep saying stuff like, "Is Arsenal ready to win the league?" And I always like to frame that question: Are the Arsenal fans ready to win the league? It's one thing to be saying, "Oh, you go and win the league," but the fans, they transmit any energy to the players, right? Because, and I don't blame them. Man City has won twice, chasing from the back before. Arsenal has been dropping a lot of late goals recently. They almost drew to Wolves, which would have been an abomination. So they will be tense, which is fine. It's just you have to understand that the media is always going to paint Arsenal's own performances as if it's nervy. When you look at both games, Nottingham Forest against Man City, Nottingham Forest was 1-1 going to the last 10 minutes. And City scored, but it made it seem like, oh, City had a good match, but Arsenal was nervy. No, Arsenal was the team playing better, team more in control of their own match. But like I said, until you win, they won't give you that respect. So I think that's also what's going on. You've not won, and then that narrative is always going to be there.
Yeah.
That's what I
wanted to say. Narrative.
Yeah, narrative. That's always there. And I think also, for some reason, 1 or 2 months in, after we're playing so well, keeping so many clean sheets, not allowing teams to even shoot at them, everybody pretty much crowned us as a league champion. And teams were not beginning to play Arsenal like a champion, but Arsenal don't have the trophy as a champion yet. We're just still in the season. So it's unfortunate, but we just have to somehow get over the line some way, have that trophy, and then things can ease off. But for now, it's going to be nervy, unless City drop off or Villa drop off. I'm very impressed with Villa, because when I saw Villa's 3 games, Man U, Chelsea, Arsenal, I was like, that's 9 points. I feel like they wouldn't get more than 4 points. And they've already won the first 2. So I'm like, that's impressive. Any which way they did it, kudos to them. But like they won 2. This is the last one now. We have to beat them if we want to get them out of the race. So
Yeah.
fair play to them too.
True. Yeah, well said. I'll let OK just chime in on the title race. But for me, I just feel, like you said, it's narrative. The media, basically what you said is correct. But when I was watching City were struggling. Forest was giving them a really tough game. It's just like, okay, City just managed to get that winning goal and was tricky. He's coming to form at the right time. Narrative will always build. And for me, I think Arsenal are still in a very good position. The only problem is this time of the season is when City really kick into gear, and they can't you can't just give any points away now. If they get on top now, that's just it. we know the past history. So, and I think Arsenal are still in a good position. You have Villa, and then after that, I think you go away. Then you have Liverpool, which I mean, I'm not confident coming to the Emirates at all. Okay, what are you thinking about the Premier League title race at the moment?
Well, I think City are going to win it. I think City will have too much, especially with Semenyo about to join. I think City may even add maybe one more midfielder with Rodri coming back as well. I think City. I think. I'll just think about this now. City's drought. I mean, Arsenal's drought in the Premier League is coming up to a similar length of time. How long was Liverpool's drought? Liverpool won
Liverpool was 30 years.
30 years, and Arsenal has just cost 20 years. So when was the Invincibles? 2003, right? Yeah, so about 22 years. 2004, yeah. So, the unbeaten season, yeah, 2004. So, yeah, I think that nervous energy. I honestly, I watched the game yesterday. I watched the second half of the game yesterday. And I honestly felt that Brighton, from about minutes, from the time Arsenal scored the second goal to the end of the game, Brighton were the better team. And Arsenal had to really defend, low block, and you just saw the momentum shift. And if Minte had scored that goal, I also don't think he placed it as far into the corner as he could have. Because he's when you're in that position, you're meant to set it outside the post and curl it back in. But he set it, but he set it more or less at the side netting. So it was always coming back towards Raya. It was a good save. I know that Ayo loves Raya. I know that Ayo's a closet Arsenal fan as well, but he'll never admit it. But
Ayo, shots fired.
but so I started the game finished. I called Ayo, and I told him that he must be happy. But I don't think Arsenal are going to win the league. I think Arteta's conservatism in just trying to grind out 2-1, 1-0, 2-0 victories, I think eventually is going to bite them. Because if you think about it, the teams that have won championships, even Leicester, they were winning some games 3 or 4-0. They're those games where you win 3-0, 4-0, that after 50 minutes you just take off all your best players. And I think that may start to impact Arsenal if every game is a grind. You can only work Declan Rice 90 minutes every game for so long. You can only work Gabriel and Saliba 90 minutes every game for so long. Saka. You can only work those kind of players for so long, grinding out victories. I think that in Arteta's mind, he probably thought that at this stage there will be 6, 7, 8 points clear, especially the way the season started. And I think that Arteta is going to be. I think Arteta is going to be worried now, because City can do 5-6-0 and rest Haaland and Foden and Rodri. Arsenal can do that. I mean, City, can do that. But Arsenal, and if you think Rodri hasn't even been in for how many weeks or months?
Yeah, he's still injured. But to be fair, let me not. I mean, I like to play devil's advocate. Number one, Brighton are a good team. Brighton, it's difficult to smash them. I can't recall many top teams giving Brighton 3-0, 4-0.
Well, but which teams have Arsenal smashed this season? just
Yeah,
to,
well,
the,
I'm not sure
the,
that's a parameter of Arsenal to have been missing players. But I mean, to be honest, I know. Okay, I'm sorry. Ovi is going to defend this thing, but I want to play devil's advocate too. Arsenal are missing players. They're missing they were missing their centre back first choice pairing for a while. It's only Saliba just came back maybe just a couple of games ago. They're missing players. Some of their creative players too. They've been missing players in the front line once in a while. I understand what you mean by City. City will always do that. Even when they were not winning the league title, City will always smash something 4-0, 5-0. I don't think that's a barometer of a quality champion.
it is a, it is a,
I'll give you an example. I'll give you a quick example. When Liverpool won the 2020 league in 2020, like I think out of the first 15, 20 wins that we had, like 80% were one goal margin victories. We're winning 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1. It was only when we now opened the gap, and the gap was like 10 points. That's when the players now got free enough to start beating teams 3-0, 4-0. And I think that's what's going to happen to us now. Like what you rightly said is because the gap is not big enough. At the moment, maybe the manager is just being a bit conservative. Let's get the wins. But if they manage to extend the gap, you'll see those players, they'll cut loose, they'll win with bigger margins. Even last season when Liverpool won the league, we did not beat. That was one of the reasons we spent so much stupid money this season. Because the coach said, we want to turn our 1-0 wins into 3-0 wins. That's what Slot said. Because many of our wins last season was also 1-0, 2-1. Go and look at our results. We rarely smashed anybody 3-0, 4-0 last season. It's only Spurs, of course. Spurs was the only team that we beat 5-1 and 6-3. That's Spurs. And that's because that's Spurs.
But you guys already had that heritage that 3 seasons before. Was it 3 seasons ago? Yeah, you guys won the title already, right?
Yeah.
So you guys already had that heritage that, okay, you know how to do it. But I just can't see Arsenal. The way they're playing now, eventually, it will bite them in the butt.
Let's give Ovi the chance for a rebuttal, and then we'll move to the next topic. Ovi, your thoughts on Okay's comments?
I mean, I just feel like I hear a lot of the things that we hear from the media, and it's fine. Like I said, it's about narratives, about feeling. People say, that's why when you go for a job, they say experience, right? They want you to have done something before they hire you, right? It's normal. Everybody wants something that is guaranteed, as close to guarantee as possible. Until Arsenal win the league, you're gonna hear stuff like this because it doesn't matter. Like I said, if you watch both games ended 2-1. Arsenal's game was more comfortable than the Man City game, for example. But the night is gonna be Arsenal cannot win down the league like this, but somehow Man City can. That's what everybody's saying, right? Because it's the same
champion mentality.
Won it before, so it's only going to be Man City can. The people say, Arsenal cannot win the league playing like this. Well, we've been playing like this pretty much the last 3-4 weeks. When we're being tagged the best team in Europe, were we playing like this? Why are we not playing like this? You lose your 2 center backs. We have 3 strikers. There's hardly any team in this league that has 3 strikers. We have Havertz, Jesus, and Gyökeres. And we're having to play Merino because they were all injured. Somehow, you still expect us to be beating teams 5-0? Like, I mean, if Haaland gets injured tomorrow, are they going to be beating people 5-0? I don't think so.
But where was Eze playing? Wasn't he playing more or less as a false nine at one point, or that off that? Yeah.
So if Czech is playing as a false nine, I expect him to be beating teams 5-0. It's an attacking midfielder now. So what's they going to do?
Wait. But there was that season before they signed Haaland, where City practically went into the season with no striker. Do you remember that season?
But that's like Guardiola has won the league.
Time now because
they were still winning, and they were still winning 5, 6, 7-0.
No, man, you're exaggerating. There are many seasons that City also won a lot of games 1-0.
Yes, so like I said,
even this season, how many teams have City beat 5-0? Let's even count this season. This season, they've not beaten anybody 5-0. Even 4-0, I don't think they've beaten anybody 4-0.
Arsenal smashed. Arsenal smashed Forest 3-0. Arsenal beat Leeds 5-0. Arsenal beat Burnley 3 or so 0. Arsenal beat Spurs 4-1. So they've won their own match. Like I said, all people are saying is the last month when the injuries have hit Arsenal hard. The difference between this season and other seasons is that we would have wobbled other seasons. 2 matches ago, the 5 matches Arsenal had, Brighton, Everton away, Brighton, Aston Villa, Bournemouth away, and Liverpool. We did not win any of those 5 games last season. We're already 2 in, we've won the 2. So already showing that there's something different. So we're not playing well, but we're still winning. That's what I'll say. Another I'll point out too is when you look at all these supercomputer predictions and all that, they keep putting us at 60% to win the league, even with City 2 points behind. Why do you think they're doing that? Because Arsenal has gone to Anfield. Arsenal has gone to Old Trafford. Arsenal has gone to Chelsea. City still has to go to all those 3 places. So I know you might not see now, you might say, oh, City's going to just win everybody. That's fine. They have to play the matches, right? You can't just win it on paper. You have to play the games. No matter how good City is, Anfield is never easy for them. They've only won once since Pep has been here.
Yeah.
No matter how good City is, that they struggle in Old Trafford. No matter how good they are, Chelsea is going to give them a good game. So I'm not trying to say so. It's not that easy. Like I don't blame anybody because until you win it, you have the right to criticize. So Arsenal, until they win it, everybody's going to say the same thing. Oh, True. They're not champions. Any little drop, it will seem like, oh, this is not a champion. The match against Wolves, Arsenal were criticized so badly, but they won the game. That is the hallmark of a champion because on a number that you would have drawn that game. But somehow, no matter how badly they played, no matter how late Wolves scored, they still found a way to score again. So I'm just saying, nobody's going to know now, but all I'm just saying that all this talk of, oh, City, I'm like, no. Why were people saying a month ago Arsenal was the best team in Europe? When we beat Bayern Munich and we beat Tottenham? Were we playing kind of football we're playing now? Of course not. But because the injuries have kicked in, the players have to just grind.
Remember that City have scored 10 more goals than Arsenal this season.
Yeah,
10 more goals.
Okay, it's since that Liverpool won the league, City scored more than us.
Yeah,
so City are always going to score goals. That's what I was saying. That City are always going to smash some teams. They'll smash them because they are built that way, and they have Haaland. They have a goal-scoring monster up front. So they're always going to score more. So that's why I'm not saying that City are not. They don't have a chance of winning the league. Of course they do because they're on a good run. And that's why I said, especially this time of the season, this is when they kick in and they start stringing these games. But what the point you are making is, you have to be able to score 4-0, 5-0, 4-0. No. There are different ways to win the league.
Exactly.
You don't have to outscore everybody to win the league. Liverpool didn't outscore everybody to win the league last season. Even when we won in 2020, City scored more than us. So there are so many different ways to win the league. It doesn't have to be, you have to smash everybody.
So I'm looking at Arsenal's league results in December, right? Just league. Mm-hmm. Two against West Ham, 1 against Fulham, 1 against Palace, 2 against Brighton. Right? Yeah. Now, fair enough, they kept clean sheets in all of those games. They actually kept a clean sheet for the whole of October. Right? But then, if you now compare that, right, with City, right? And that's the point I'm trying to make. If you now compare that with City's results in October in the league. Actually, no, that's actually a bad comparison. City didn't do well in October. But the point I'm trying to make is that Arsenal, for as well as they've been playing, right? For as well as people say, oh yeah, Arsenal are favourites to win the league. When you're winning 2-1, 1-0, whatever, right? Those games could easily go the other way. They could easily just turn on a dime, an own goal, a send it off, and that's it. But when you're winning 3 or 4-0, but
that's theory. That's theoretical, though.
But over the course of a season, you're going to get sendings off, right? You're going to send this off. The things are going to happen, right? The season is not even halfway through yet.
So okay, I agree. Okay,
right. So when you're 3-0 up, if a player gets sent off, you can still win the game out. You understand? You can still. But when you're 2-1 up or 1-0 up, if a player gets sent off, the chances are that the other team is going to draw or going to come back and score. You understand? My point is that Arsenal are not giving themselves that cushion.
But he has explained. Okay, Ovi has explained. I think we'll wrap this up because Ovi has explained this already. Injuries have impacted their attacking play. And you cannot expect them to keep winning 4-0, 5-0 when 3 strikers are missing, when they have their centre backs out, their first choice centre backs. I know injuries happen to everybody. Liverpool also have injuries. Man United have injuries. Yeah, it happens to everybody. But injuries also have different contexts. When you're missing 3 forward players, of course, you're not going to smash everybody 4-0 in December. When you go
December, what happened? The season did not start in December. It started in August. But you're only picking out December because that's what fits the narrative of Arsenal is strong. No. When we're smashing teams 4-0, 4-1, why are you not picking those times? You're only picking December when anything is not tight. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, and like I
need to put this on the screen. Sorry, for our viewers, I just wanted to back up what I was saying. When Liverpool won the league 2020, we scored 85 goals. Can somebody guess how many goals City scored? 102 goals. They scored 17 more goals than Liverpool. So all this, Arsenal not scoring enough goals. There's many different ways to win the league. It's not about City. That season, City were beating people 3-0, 4-0. But how many points did they finish behind Liverpool?
When you won the league, when? Which
18 points behind Liverpool. 18 points behind Liverpool.
Wait, when you won the league, when? Which season?
2020. I'm holding this.
So you have Fabinho, right? Look at the span of that team. List the span of that team.
Okay, so Arsenal don't have a spine. I don't understand. Is it like they don't have a spine? They don't have a good team? I don't understand.
That Liverpool team reached Champions League final. It won the Champions League.
You're backing up what Uvi is saying. You're backing up what Uvi is saying. You're backing up what he's saying. As long as Arsenal have not won it, this is what you'll be saying. So let's just wrap this up and move to because Arsenal have not won it. That's why you're saying these things. Arsenal have a good spine. They have a good forward players. But injuries have kicked in at the wrong time. I understand what you're saying, that you cannot keep grinding out wins. Nobody goes through a 38-game season winning 1-0, 2-1. It's not sustainable. I understand that, but there's context to it. And there's not...
You're right. You're right. There is context. And my point is that Liverpool team, in my opinion, was a great team. Right? They're a great team because of,
I take the compliments.
So I think my argument to that would have been, you wouldn't have said that until they won the league, right? Because everybody just said Manchester would have still won the league.
They got to 2 Champions League, 5 finals.
Arsenal reached semi-finals last year of Champions League.
Forget semi-finals. Forget semi-finals. Leverkusen reached semi-finals.
Okay.
Forget semi-finals.
Okay, we're getting sidetracked. Okay, sorry guys. We'll move to the next topic. We'll move to the next topic because United fan are going hard at Arsenal, but let's talk about Man United now. Let's talk about Man United. Sorry, I'll take comments. Okay, but before we talk about Man United, I'll just take comments. So, I mean, Ayo has replied to your shots fired. He said, Low had been a closet Arsenal fan. I'm really surprised. I've never heard anybody say that about Ayo. And I've known Ayo for years. I mean, almost a decade, if not close to that. And somebody call him a closet Arsenal fan. Okay, do you have some receipts? Do you have some receipts for this allegation? You said that he's a closet Arsenal fan. Okay, no, we're not going to the United section yet. Benvido, thanks for joining us. Benvido is a Barcelona fan. He says Liverpool are 10 points from the top. He says he's talking to me saying I don't want to say it publicly, but I know he knows he thinks I still believe Liverpool in the title race. He says he knows how I operate. Benvido, I don't know this projection. I don't know. I'm not talking about title race. We barely just made it into the top 4. The last couple of game weeks. I'm just focusing on keeping that top 4 spot first. No title, no, not even trolling. I'm not even thinking about the title now. We're so bad. I mean, if you've watched Liverpool in the past 5-6 weeks, it's the same thing. Okay, he's talking about us now. We've been grinding out wins. We've been winning 2-1, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1, 2-1 in the league. We've not been convincing at all. We're nowhere near being champion status, but this is we're nowhere near. Not even trolling. So I just want us to keep our top 4 spot. And also Benvido says Spain won the World Cup by winning every game 1-0. Yeah, that's the World Cup. That's a 7-game
Please stop.
tournament.
Please list that Spain
that's
team.
That's a 7-game tournament. We're not talking about
Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, Torres. Was it which team are you talking about? Come on, man.
Yeah, but that's that's apples and oranges. That's a 7-game tournament. Greece won the 2004 Euros doing the same thing. 1-0, 1-0. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not dismissing that. I mean, you can grind wins in the tournament 1-0 in 7 games and win the tournament, but you cannot win the Premier League by winning 1-0 38 games. It's not feasible. Okay, we go to the next topic. Okay, now let's see Man United. I'm going to read a couple of quotes from Amorim, and I want to respond to this. I have this quote from Amorim in September 2025, and I read thus. He says, no, no one, not even the Pope will change me. This is my job. This is my responsibility. This is my life. So I will not change that. He goes on to say, this is Amorim still speaking. He says, if I'm a player and I have a coach with a lot of pressure all around the world who are all telling me, you need to change the system. You need to change the system. And then if I say I'm going to change, they will look at me in a different way. I'm doing things my way. I hope I have time to change, but to be an evolution. So this is Amorim saying even the Pope will not get him to change from 3 at the back. And then we watched the game 3 days ago, and suddenly Amorim is not playing 3 at the back. Suddenly Amorim is playing 4 at the back, and Amorim is playing a low block for like 60% of the game. And of course, Man United won. What do you think about your coach going back on his word that even the Pope would never get him to change his system? Thoughts?
Well,
okay.
I've had countless arguments with Aya about this.
Oh, wow.
And Aya was one who actually talked me back sometimes, because he'll say, okay, a system is just, the formation doesn't matter. It's the principles of how they want to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't necessarily agree with that. But I'm actually happy that Amorim has proven flexible now. What I actually believe, if you look at his words in that press conference, that I saw it written, I need to go and watch it. But I think what it sounded like to people was that maybe management has spoken to Amorim and said, look, somebody has been in his ear and said, look, you either change, this season is open, right? This season is quite open to get into that top 5. If you want to sign the players you need, if you want to sign the players you want, blah, 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 you're gonna have to be adaptable. And I think that Amorim has chosen to be adaptable. You can't change the past, but what I'm really annoyed about is that Amorim could have made this change in that Europa League final. United would be in the Champions League. A lot of things would be different. The caliber of players they could have bought, whatever. But it is what it is.
True. Yeah.
Because that Spurs team were awful. And fair enough, United weren't much better. But even if you just, player for player, put the players out and just say, go and play whatever you want to do. But it's going to be 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. United would have won that game. I think Amorim has been stubborn, but I think Amorim has learned that the Premier League is just not a joke. The Premier League is not Portuguese league. It's not even the Italian league where you saw, respect to Jamie Vardy, 1 player of the month.
40-year-old Jamie Vardy.
The Italian, Pulisic is top scorer there. He's not top scorer in the Italian league or something. All respect to them, but the Premier League is different kind of fish. And I'm happy that he's changing his system. It's just annoying that it took so long for him to realize.
Mm-hmm.
And I think these managers need to stop coming to the Premier League thinking that they can come and teach the Premier League something that's never been seen before. The amount of teams, when you think that a team like Brighton has World Cup winners, had a World Cup winner in their midfield, and next to him they had £100 million midfielder. It's not a joke. Most teams in the top 8 of the Premier League probably have a player that's worth between 80 and 100 million. Even Palace. How much will Wharton go for? How much did Eze go for?
Yeah.
You can't just think they can come here and think that your system is just going to obliterate everybody. No. It's too good. But I'm happy he's changed. I still think United can do very well this season. I think the results they actually went United's way a bit. United beat Wolves and they probably go into top four. And then I think it's just about being sensible. Don't be silly.
Good
That's all I'm
advice.
gonna say.
Don't
Just
be silly.
don't be silly. As my dad would say, don't be silly. Our parents are African. I'm sure we
I
heard that
know,
a lot
I
of
know.
times.
Don't be silly. That brings back memories, bro. That brings
Yes.
back memories. I'm going to take a comment from SJ Music. Thank you for joining us, SJ Music. I mean, once again, the intro we played at the beginning of this podcast was made by this fine gentleman. He said maybe the Pope spoke to him. Maybe that's why he has changed his formation. But I mean, I was on the podcast maybe a couple of months ago. We're speaking about Amorim, and what you were saying there was what that was the most annoying thing for me, the lack of adaptability. The fact that it just feels like, oh, it has to be this way or no other way. I was like, even Pep, who is like greatest manager of ever, he changes. Pep will do something different almost every season. You play maybe inverted fullbacks today. Next time you play fullbacks wide, overlapping. Sometimes you play false nine. There was a season, like you mentioned, he won with a false nine. He didn't play any striker up front. He adapts. Even this season, he has had to adapt. And I mean, then this Amorim guy comes in and says, no, I'm not going to adapt. It has to be three at the back or nothing else. Oh, the Pope cannot tell me nothing. It's three at the back. And all of a sudden, now it's far at the back. Why did it take you all year like to finally adapt? And even this three at the back, I'll ask okay now because you're the United fan. I think maybe this was forced on him because of the departures to AFCON and also maybe because of injuries. I'm suspecting this is not a permanent change. I'm thinking when he gets his players back from AFCON and the players back from injury, he is going straight back to three at the back. What do you think, okay?
No, I don't agree. What I actually think is this.
Okay.
I think when you have young centre backs like Euro and Aiden, I think that what you need to realize is that three at the back requires you to do a lot of one-on-one, right? You get dragged out into places. That I want to go back into the football archives here. That middle back three, right? If you think of the players that have played it well in history, Mateus Sama, Lothar Mateus, those guys were elite, as in Fernando Herrero. Those guys were so elite. You have to be the best of the best to be able to say, do you know what? You can step into midfield. Those two at the sides can now form a back four and bring the wing backs back, and the middle guy steps into midfield. And it just requires some. And I think Amorim said it in his press conference. He says that to play the way he wants to play will require a lot of windows and a lot of money. He said it in that last press conference. So I think he's realized that system, yes, okay, in Portuguese league you can play it, but the level, you just can't do that in the Premier League. I think it's unfair to be leaving young guys like that saying go and defend one-on-one for the full whole game.
Yeah. I mean, the Newcastle game, I saw what he said after. He said the team learned how to suffer. Basically when coaches say, "Oh, you have to be able to suffer," it's like you have to be able to withstand pressure. And when you're playing 4 at the back, in fact, they're playing 6 at the back at some stage against Newcastle. It's true. They're playing. Even Gary Neville was saying, "It was like, man, I don't know what's going on." Like they're playing 6 at the back. But I mean, sometimes you have to be able to do that. And like you're rightly saying,
that's the thing. And let me just add this. You better make a good point. If you think about it, whenever you hear about Rio, you never hear just Rio's name. What you hear? Rio and Vidic.
Yeah, partnership.
You're asking guys to go and do a job that Rio and Vidic were doing together. Or, Adams and Keogh. Or, or Hippier and what was the guy's name that was partnering Hippier, Aga, whatever. These guys were a partnership. Terry and Cavallo. You cannot just ask guys to go and just say, go and defend one-on-one. Go and defend that central striker. It takes two. Because these central strikers are just too good.
Yeah, and if you're going to do that, then you have to have a very good midfield. I mean, when Conte for Chelsea, they won with 3 at the back because Conte too was a 3 at the back manager. but he had N'Golo Kante in midfield sweeping up. I mean, N'Golo Kante was doing the work of 3 players, so to speak. So you have to have a midfield that, even if you're one-on-one, your defenders are good on one-on-one, but you have somebody who is helping them out from midfield, who's coming to sweep, intercept, make tackles, things like that. Oga Kwame, thanks for joining. I just taking this comment. Oga Kwame is a Man United fan. He says Amorim, we're supposed to coach Mozambique for AFCON, man. Oga Kwame is a swan. Amorim out. He said if Amorim could put players behind the goalkeeper, he would. Oh my God. Yeah. SJ Music says no mention N'Golo, EJ Fixbex. Okay, yeah, that's an inside joke. EJ is a skeptic of N'Golo Kante like me. I like the player, but
really?
Oh yeah, I like N'Golo Kante the player, but I think his character is well overblown as this super humble man who is using Nokia 3310. Come on.
He was super humble. Drove a Mini.
No, that's all pressed, man. That's all pressed. People just put him on this pedestal. No. He's a fantastic player, but I don't have all that humble nonsense. No way, man. So EJ agrees with me. We're like the 2% in the whole world who think like this. 98% of everybody thinking N'Golo Kante is this guy who water cannot melt in his mouth, who is like, come on, forget about that. Forget about that. Okay, so let's wrap up this United session. Okay, so United beat Newcastle. They're up to 5th. And let me see. What's your next game? Okay, I think it's also against Wolves.
Wolves. Listen, 6 nil.
What do you expect?
6 nil.
I just want to ask the question. So are you expecting him to persevere with this four at the back going forward? Is that what you mean? You think he's not going to go back to 3 at the back?
I think because he went 4 at the back and they kept a clean sheet, albeit that they suffered. But that suffering is not a bad thing, you understand?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Kept a clean sheet, 3 at the back. I expect that he will keep it again and even be more attacking, because with that system, you can just have Casemiro. He doesn't have to do much, just sit in between the two. Now, what I will say I was impressed with, and I'll tell you Ayo this, is Martinez as that DM. Martinez as a DM, he was very good against Villa. He was phenomenal against Villa. If you go and watch the highlights, if I think that could be a position where, when all the players come back from AFCON and whatever, if he wants to go back to 3, that Martinez playing that position.
So Martinez with Casemiro.
Martinez instead of Casemiro, yeah.
Instead of Casemiro or with Casemiro.
Yeah, Martinez was very good as a DM.
No, Martinez. I'm just saying. Are you saying you should play both of them or
no?
Okay.
Well, whatever. But Martinez, in my opinion, when De Ligt and Maguire and those guys come back, right, play Martinez as a DM.
Oh, okay. Interesting tactic.
He was phenomenal in that game. He was playing passes that we've not seen since Carrick.
So that means you still want Kobe Mainoo in prison? You don't want them to?
No. I actually think this is my thought. Now, this is my thought. I'm not a fan of Fernandes there. I would actually try Martinez and Mainoo.
Okay.
Right, and push Fernandes up as the 3.
Okay, fair enough. That sounds interesting, man. And good to get the perspective from you, United fan. Not like people like Oga Kwame who are always ranting and shouting. We want tactical analysis, not people who just come
sweating.
Cussing Amorim generation. We want tactical analysis, Oga Kwame, please. I know you are listening to us. We want people like to be giving us this kind of great insights into Man United. Okay, so we'll go to the next. Let's read Oga Kwame's comments here before we go to the next topic. He says you cannot play Martinez instead of Casemiro. I'll play them together and shift Bruno come out from that position. Okay, if you shift him come out, and you mean you're shifting him to Saudi Arabia, or you're shifting him out of the club, or what? He said, what did I do now? Sorry, Ogakwame, I'm just having fun with you. You're my favorite United fan. SJ says I stand with Oga. Okay, free Kobe Mainoo, please. Free Ogakwame too. We are going to January transfer window. We have 3 more days to the end of the year, and then we can start the transfer madness once again. I'm going to OV first because, I mean, obviously you guys have injuries, and maybe some of them, like Havertz, I don't think Havertz, I doubt if he's going to even play this season. So what are your thoughts going into January? Do you think you might need somebody up front, or do you think elsewhere? What do you think about January transfer window?
For us, though, I honestly don't think we need to sign anybody. Havertz is back in training.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm surprised he was on the bench in the next game. He's been on training for over a week now. The Arsenal squad, the unfortunate about it sometimes is that we get injuries to the same position at the same time. So when we lost Gabriel in international friendly, a few weeks later we lost Saliba, and then a few days later we lost Mosquera. So it adds up, right? If you're losing players in the same position, so that's where the issue comes from. It's not in terms of the squad. Why was Arsenal getting all the accolades beginning of the season, right? Because they bought 8 players, right? But people did not know how good they were until they saw them play, and then they say, "Oh, you know what? Arsenal has the best squad. Arsenal has the best squad. Arsenal have to win the league. They have the best squad." But the same people were saying Liverpool was going to win the league at the counter before a few weeks earlier than that. So, right? So the squad, Arsenal has actually done a good job in the summer. They corrected the mistakes from last season. They bought 3 attacking players, Madueke, Eze, Gyökeres. They bought midfielders in Zubimendi. They bought a backup goalkeeper.
Norgard.
They bought Zubimendi and Norgard. They bought defenders in Kape and Mosquera. So the squad is stacked. There's no doubt about that. But the squad is only stacked if they are fit, right? If you're not fit, then the squad is not stacked. So I don't think we need anybody. If we buy anybody, I would say if they can find, if there's someone that they believe is the next best thing in midfield, young player, that's the kind of person I'll go for, because I feel like Norgard, it's only going to play 1 or 2 years in Arsenal and then move on. Oh, yeah. The only other position I see where you can actually buy, where we kind of need an upgrade right now, I would say is the left wing, to have to kind of balance out the team a bit. But I don't see them doing that because we have 3 players that can play there easily. You have Trossard, you have Martinelli, you have Eze that they're supposed to all play there. So you bringing in another player, for example, someone like Semenyo, which I'm not even sure is the higher quality than those 3, to come in, and it makes no sense. In the summer, I feel like they will buy a top-notch attacking player on the left side to balance it out. The striker, unfortunately, you cannot buy anybody again because you still have 3. Until you sell 1 or 2 of them, you really can't do anything. So that's we've made our bed. We're going to lie in that bed. We have to find the best one for whatever we're going to do. If we're going to be changing them, if we're going to find one that will hit form, whatever it is, we have to find a way to play until this summer. Then we can decide.
Serious question. When you're counting 3 strikers, are you not counting Merino with them? Because for me, I think that guy is fantastic. Exactly.
So that becomes 4, right? Because
they become 4. For me, he's a proper striker. He is.
You can't. The only thing with Merino, like I said, Merino is fine for us now. But I feel like the best way you can get to Merino is if you're playing him with Eze as the 10.
Okay.
But if you're playing Merino and Odegaard, I think you're gonna lose something. So because Eze can be a false 9, can even go ahead of him, can be like, so that dynamic was what we used to finish Spurs, and we're playing well that period. But once Odegaard is the captain, so once you integrate him back into the team, Odegaard wants the ball too much. He comes back, so he cannot do that. So that's why I see the best you can get from Merino is if you have Eze as the 10. So if
I'll give you 2 minutes. Sorry. Okay, you're going to come in next. Well, I'm really interested about this. I'm not from the trolling point of view. You mentioned Odegaard, and I've seen a lot of discussion from Arsenal fans about Odegaard. Even in the Facebook group, there's like people really taking camps. And you mentioned Odegaard now that he loves the ball too much. He scored yesterday, great goal. Yeah. But do you think it's like just a couple of minutes for you to answer? Do you think he's proving to be an hindrance? Because like you're saying, he's a captain, they have to integrate him in the team. Do you think it's a hindrance to Arsenal overall? Do you think he should not be starting? Maybe Eze should be starting there.
No, it can't be a hindrance now because at the end of the day, if you're looking at it and being objective, it's easy better than Odegaard.
Yeah, but you're saying Odegaard wants the ball too much.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is and that's fine. It's like me saying Pedro is better than Bruno. But if I'm in the match and I want to win a game and I need someone to score a goal, will I rely on Pedro or will I rely on Bruno? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean Bruno is better because he can score a goal, but overall, over a season, who will I want in my team? That's the question, right? So Eze, of course, is a better goal scorer than Odegaard. But over the course of the 38 match season, who will I want in my team?
Okay.
So that's what it is. So, like I said, so Merino, because of his pace and all that, it works better with Eze. Because Eze can, when he drops in, Eze can go ahead of him. But Odegaard not going to go ahead of him. So what is the point? You're not going to have a striker. You're going to just only depend on Merino and hope the ball is pinpoint to him. So after that, in that way, and if you notice, since Odegaard has been back, the last 3 or 4 games, Eze has been on the bench 3 games without coming on.
Yeah.
Because because the initial plan was maybe he can be a starter on the left wing, but Trossard has just hit form. So you can't bench Trossard. So right now, Eze has to, he has to wait his turn.
Chop bench. He has to chop bench.
And people say, oh, how can you spend so much money on Eze? But if you think about it, if you are selling Odegaard, how much are you going to sell Odegaard for? More than whatever you bought Eze for now. So, I mean, Odegaard, if you want to sell Odegaard, if PSG comes and want to buy Odegaard, we're talking about 100 million at least.
Yeah, so, I just posted the question. I just put the question to you because I've seen like real strong opinions against Odegaard and also opinion from your fans.
Issue Odegaard was that 2 years ago, the 2 seasons before that, he was the best player at the club, right? He won Arsenal Player of the Year back to back. But the last 2 seasons with injuries and all that, his form has dipped, right? So when that happens, there's always going to be issues like, okay, and then now you have Eze that comes in, has some touches, scores some goals. He's a good player, no doubt about that. But the issue is, over the period of the season, who would you rather integrate? You have to, I mean, Odegaard gives you more. Yes, you might say Eze might score more, but there have been a lot of games where Eze just a bypasser. Against Aston Villa, he was culpable for 1 or 2 goals. He wasn't tracking back.
The first goal,
and all those kind of things are not what you. I mean, it's what is giving. I mean, Odegaard slight advantage. But like I said, it's over. Some games you just want to win, right? Once one will score, Eze will probably be your man. But for now, all that said, I'm just saying, it's not like Waneri is never getting game time at all because Eze has become the backup to Odegaard.
Okay.
They were thinking that, he might be the starter on the left wing, but Trossard has been playing very well. You can't bench Trossard right now. So that's how I feel. So I feel like, I don't like I said, in the summer, they might go and buy a starting left winger or left forward that will be comparable to Saka that you can say, okay, this will balance the team out.
Yeah, okay.
Saka, you can't do much now because, like you said, you have 3-4 strikers. So it'll probably be a few seasons before you can start to buy a top striker again. That's why it's really good. So my answer is for this generation, if you can, buy whoever you think from your stats or your scouting is the best next young central midfielder. You can buy him and then integrate him with Zubimendi and Rice. And then, but that's where I think because defenders, they're all going to. Gabriel is already back. Saliba is back. Timber is being managed. Ben White is expected back this month.
Oh,
said he'll be back next game. So you can't buy anybody again. When everybody's back, you can't be buying anybody. Because the injured, that's why we're talking about that.
No problem. Okay. Mr. Man United, what are you looking forward to for January? I mean, do you think the club are going to spend? I mean, what's his name? Mr.
Central midfield. Watson, Baleba,
Anderson,
and Anderson.
Pedri. Are you not putting Pedri on the list?
No. That's some unrealistic. Watson, Baleba, and that's all.
Okay. Any other positions?
No, that's it.
That's it. And do you think, well, I mean, this is your wish list. I know Santa has come and gone already, but this is your wish list. Are you thinking Crystal Palace are going to let go Wharton? You think, okay, Brighton probably will let Baliba go if you go with 100 million or something, but I'm not sure Crystal Palace are going to let Wharton go in
The
January.
Shaku will talk now.
Shaku. Fair enough. Okay, if you look, yeah. I would have thought maybe you mentioned striker because that striker you bought doesn't seem to be doing much at the moment. But anyway, maybe you'll adapt. Our own striker has gotten crocked. So for Liverpool, we are looking for a wide forward who can play in the three positions. That's why we're looking for Semenyo. But Semenyo, apparently Pep has been whispering sweet nothings in his ear and he wants Man City. I don't understand. He wants to go to Man City. For what? They have fantastic attacking players already. Why do you want to go there? Come to Liverpool where you play right wing, left wing. You can play up front because he plays up front sometimes. Really, he's the ultimate Liverpool player that we need. For some reason, he wants to go to Man City. So that has just disappointed us. We need defenders. We have two centre backs who have been playing back-to-back games for like 10 games now. Because Gomez is injured. The young player. This is our fault, by the way. This is Liverpool's fault. We the fans saw this coming. They were putting all their eggs in Gay. Oh, we're going to get Gay. Okay, yeah, get Gay now. Then the transfer window closed. They didn't get Gay, and now we're short at the back. But now we're praying for Konate and Van Dijk to be fit for the next foreseeable. Because which centre back are you going to buy now? Even Gay does not look guaranteed to come to us now because we're not great anymore. We were champions that time. We could seduce him. Now we're fourth place. We're dragging with Palace in mid-table almost. So he might not even come to us. And he's a free agent. So I don't even blame him if he doesn't want to come to us. He can stay till the end of the season, get a big signing on fee. Why does he have to come to Liverpool? If I was in his shoes, I would not come. I would just wait till the end of the season. So we need a centre back. We need a wide forward. Midfield is not too bad. We can manage a midfield. I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if we've not addressed those situations at the end of January, because Salah is not going to come back. Even when he comes back, we know there was still trouble, but he's not going to come back to almost the end of January.
You guys have just Salah very poorly, right? Salah's been to blame, and I think Liverpool fans, you guys aren't going to call out Virgil van Dijk, right?
For what?
For all the for the fact that you guys. Every time I speak to Liverpool fans about Virgil van Dijk, they get very defensive.
No, I'm just asking for what. You said you should call him out for what?
Well, Salah was dropped. If Salah could be dropped, then
Van Dijk. We can't drop Van Dijk because there's nobody else. That's what I'm saying. You didn't listen to what I said now. We don't have any centre backs. We have only two centre backs. Even the one that has been making more mistakes than Van Dijk. I'm not saying Van Dijk has been perfect, though. Van Dijk has not had a great season. Konate has had a worse season. We couldn't drop him because there was nobody else. We don't have anybody else who can play. The best that we could manage Endo is a Japanese captain. He plays centre back.
What about Joe Gomez? He's injured.
Joe Gomez is injured.
Always injured.
He's injured too. He's been injured for the last almost 3 weeks. Gomez is injured. So that's what I'm saying. We don't have any centre backs. I understand what you mean. Virgil has not been great. But that's not what, for me, I'm not even criticizing Salah. I feel Salah, he had the right to vent his frustration. It's just that he shouldn't have gone to the press. Because players, they don't like when they're not playing. So even the ones that are not world-class players, they love to play. They don't like being on the bench. So we will not drag the Salah stuff all the way again. But my main point is when he comes back from AFCON, because Egypt, we're going to talk about AFCON very soon as we round up. Egypt are already in the next round, and Egypt are likely to go to the quarterfinals, maybe. So he won't be back till maybe mid-January. And my point is when he comes from AFCON, usually his form drops. And this season, his form has not even been good anyway. So normally when Salah goes to AFCON and comes back to Liverpool, his form is not great. So we need somebody there. Because at the moment, who are we playing there? We're just managing. Yesterday, we played Chiesa there. The coach does not like Chiesa. He only played Chiesa yesterday because he had absolutely no choice. He had no choice at all. He does not like that guy. Everybody, even all Liverpool fans, will make fun about it. Like, if this guy can play goalkeeper there, he'll play goalkeeper there. It's sure that he didn't. There's no goalkeeper that can play there. So when Salah comes back, I'm just worried that maybe we need a wide forward. I just think we need a wide forward and we need a centre back. That's just it. Midfield, we probably can get away with it because we're lucky. No injuries in midfield at the moment, except for Endo, who the coach does not like also, doesn't really play Endo. So we just have all these players. That's the problem with Slot. Many coaches are like this. They have their favorites, but Slot is extreme in a way. Like if he really likes you, he likes you. If he doesn't like you, you don't see 1 minute or 2 minutes at all. You are just on the bench or out of the squad. So that's it. It's not a man manager kind of cut the. No, it's not that kind of manager. If he doesn't fancy you, you're not in his plans. That's just it. Unless he has absolutely no choice. But we're talking about AFCON now as we wrap up. So Nigeria played yesterday. We beat Tunisia 3-2. Crazy game. But the AFCON generally, I mean, what are your thoughts so far? Okay, if you've watched any games, this is not just about Nigeria. Just give us maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes summary of your thoughts about the competition so far. I think Cameroon and Ivory Coast are playing at the moment, so I'll go and catch up on that after. That's a big game. I would love to catch up on. Okay, just 2 or 3 minutes to talk about the AFCON as we wrap up.
I haven't even been watching the AFCON, to be honest with you. I've been seeing the results,
Okay.
but yeah, I can't give too much insight. But I think that Nigeria, I hope they just do well in that.
Hopefully. Obi, do you have any thoughts?
I mean, it looks like an interesting tournament. It looks like the games are tight. There's 1 or 2 upsets here and there. The goals look good. The level of officiating seems good. The VAR seems to be working at least to a reasonable degree. I was watching Nigeria's game in and out yesterday. They played well, missed a lot of chances. Osimhen as usual, but scored good goal too. I really enjoyed what was the player of our AFCON, African player of the year?
Lookman. No, Osimhen.
Lookman. His performance, he played really well. And I think he had 2 assists and a goal. Yeah, he played. I like the way he played from the left. So the other games I've just pretty much watched highlights. I think I will actually pay more attention, especially when they get closer to the knockout stages for the tournament. But for now, like the little I've seen, it looks good. The usual suspects are seeming like they're going to make it through to the knockout stages.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I was like, the usual suspects seem to be doing well so far. I mean, like for me, the first thought I had was they moved this tournament to this time of the year because they were like, oh, the weather will be better. Yeah. and then it was raining. The first few days was just rain. I was like, wow. It's not why they moved the tournament. Then they said, oh, okay, we want to play when the weather is better. But it was the rain. Just was a lot of rain in the first few days. But like you mentioned, the usual suspects seem to be doing well. Sorry? Yeah.
I believe they're moving it now to once in 4 years, right?
That's another thing. Thanks for pointing that out. And I was a bit, people have made comments about it. I was like, eventually get into Europe. Because they've been wanting that for a long time. They want AFCON once every 4 years. They're like, oh, you guys are always interfering with our league season, which is true. Yeah. It's true. But yeah, I would have loved for us to still keep it every 2 years. But what they've done, OV, is like they are introducing what they call the African Nations League. So like the European Nations League. So there'll be like a league where they'll be playing every international break. But I mean, it's a bit disappointing that eventually they just gave in and said, okay, we'll be doing it every 4 years. But I understand why. I understand why they did it. So for me, I mean, for the Nigerian one, we've won 2 games. The first game was a bit topsy-turvy. It was Tanzania. You'd have thought, oh, that should be an easy game. But Nigeria, we don't do easy games. We scored first, they equalized them. And the good thing is, when they equalized, like you could see those players, they took like a personal insult, like, how dare Tanzania score against us? And then immediately Tanzania scored, the players just did that. We scored the second goal almost like 2 minutes after they scored. So we just went all out attack. We're like, man, how dare you guys score against us? But then yesterday's game, we won 3-2. That one too was looking easy, 3-0 up. And then Tunisia pulled one back. And we were speaking before for the penalty. Very soft decision for Tunisia, and they put it back to 3-2. I wanted to comment about Osimhen. Osimhen, that was only his second AFCON goal. I mean, his AFCON record is poor. I mean, I love the guy, but I think he has been so overeager in this competition. He has been going into this completely offside positions. You just see him run into offside position, and then you now raise his hand like this. Why did you pass to me? I'm like, man, you're like 10 meters offside, and you're asking your teammate that they should not. Why didn't they pass you? Like, he has been pissing me off. I'm like, well, even yesterday, I think 2 of his goals were offside, or 1 of his goals was offside. Man, calm down. I know he wants to make impact in this competition, but he just runs up and so mistimed. He's just been running offside. I just hope he calms down because he's really important for us. He's our top scorer. That's how I mean the World Cup playoff. That's why I just feel his injury cost us the World Cup because if he went off in that playoff against DR Congo, Nigeria we just finished. We were totally finished as an attacking force in that game. Immediately Osimhen went off in that playoff, we didn't. I don't think we even had any other shot at goal after he left.
But that's sad for Nigeria, though.
Yeah. We depend so much on him. Him and Lookman, they are like our 2 shining lights. That's it. We don't have it. We have Chukwueze, is all right a bit. Moses Simon's all right, but Lookman and Osimhen, take those 2 out. Forget it. It's sad. It's sad, but we rely so much on them. Let me just quickly take comments as we round up. So Benvido said, yeah, AFCON has been an impressive tournament. African football is evolving and growing. Yeah, I agree. Like you guys, I've not watched all the games, but I've watched some and I've watched highlights. And yeah, the standard is I was going to say that there's so many games that are like close score lines. They're not like many 4-0, 3-0. It's like usually even the smaller teams in quote, Comoros, Tanzania, tight games. So it's good. Benvido said, why is Osimhen always looking ready to fight someone at any minute? The guy he's just so determined to win. He's always agitated. He wants the ball all the time. He's a striker. So that's what especially a striker who's like his record in AFCON is not great. So he probably wants to win this one because we lost the last final. I think, we lost the last final to Ivory Coast. So he probably wants to win it. He has not won it. And big shout out as we go to Kudos and Donkey of the Week. We round up with that. I'll just really take my kudos first. Our captain, I'm going to give him kudos. What's his name? Ndidi, Wilfred Ndidi, scored his first ever goal for Nigeria yesterday. And then he had the celebration, the Papilio celebration from Atlanta 96. So I want to give him kudos because that's been a long time coming. He has been playing for Nigeria for so long. He's never scored. And he finally scored yesterday. So fair play to him. Kudos for you, Ovi. As we round up,
kudos from me. I'm gonna be biased. Go with my beloved Arsenal. Yeah. The noise is gonna be loud. The criticism is gonna be loud. Every draw, every bad performance, they're gonna say this is so. Just keep chucking your wins. Keep winning. Yes. When the players get healthier, when your team is back in flow, you will score more goals. You will win better, like you were doing beginning of the season.
Yeah, right.
Just keep winning. That's all you can do.
He put his camera on because of this part. He put his camera on because of this Arsenal part.
There are many players out there waiting for you to not win. So all you can do is just win. And at the end of the season, come May, we will all celebrate. If we get to celebrate,
we will all celebrate.
No, when I say we, Arsenal fans, the Gunners, because if it gets to where they win, someone like me who has not gone to watch them before, I would consider going to London or to go and watch the last game or something, just in appreciation of a 20-something years of no league title.
May is a long time away. But let's ask.
All we can do right now, just win. And then when the crunch time comes, be ready to fight.
Okay, so let's ask. Okay. Who is your kudos of the week as we round up? Who are you giving your kudos to for this week?
Kudos. I don't do donkey. Kudos is Ruben Amorim, Manchester United manager, Esquire.
Okay,
the guy, he's shown himself to be tactically flexible.
Finally.
I actually think his man management of the whole Chido Obi and what's the other player's name?
Aiden Evu?
the one that the other one that posted something on social media.
Oh, the youth players that were like, oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is goals. Yeah, yeah.
I think what he's doing is bringing standards back. I also believe that we're seeing the fruit of what Ratcliffe said when Ratcliffe said that he's here for 3 years. I think by Ratcliffe saying that, Ratcliffe took all the power away from the players. Ratcliffe said, Mata Mata, he's here for 3 years. If you don't like it, you're here for 3 years or you leave. And these players know they're not going elsewhere and getting the money that United are paying them.
True.
So if the manager says you're gone and you're not getting that money, you're gone and you're not getting that, you're not going to get that money. What are you going to do? Dig your heels in and then you'll not be an outcast. Then you're definitely not going to get that money when your contract ends. So,
okay, fair enough.
Amorim, kudos.
Do you have any donkey? Okay, I said it doesn't have any donkey. So, but do you have any donkey, Ovi?
I would just say, I know they've been playing well sometimes, but I mean, you can't have 2 points almost midway through the season for who? Come on, come on.
Come on. They should change their names. They're not Wolves, man. They're sheep.
I'm not saying they're not playing well or they're not trying. I'm just saying you cannot have 2 points. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how it came to that. I don't know whether you're unlucky. I mean, you just cannot have 2 points. 18 games in. That is just scary. So I think at that point you just have to give it to them. They need to do something to change that. I know they already changed coaches already, but they need to try and draw a game or win a game or something. I mean,
they're on track. They're on track to break that record. Derby County's 11-point record. They're on track to break that record.
It's ridiculous. And the squad is not a bad squad. So I mean, it's just ridiculous right now.
Yeah. Me, I'm going to give my donkey of the week to Newcastle United. I mean, we have a very loyal Newcastle United fan who has been talking the talk, and the team have not been walking the walk. I mean, this guy is always going on about Newcastle, and they went to Manchester United, and Manchester United beat them. Come on. They didn't even score a goal. I mean, this is Manchester United. We went to Manchester, they couldn't even score against them. We were just huffing and puffing. That second half was just huffing and puffing. They didn't create any chances.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, what's up in Newcastle? They've spent money. Every time I'm hearing, oh, they got Isak money. Oh, Isak, Isak this, Isak that. Okay, you got the money for Isak. What are you using it to do? They're using it to climb to 13th place, 14th place. That's what they are using the money to do. Newcastle United, donkeys of the week. I mean, when you come back up, I mean, you should expect people to give you respect, but the respect deserved.
Sorry. Funny enough, the striker the bot's actually doing well. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, he's scoring goals.
They bought two strikers. The
one that started Watermeadow. He's scoring. He's scoring goals. He has good footwork.
He's doing all right. All right. Wissa just came back from injury. Wissa just came back. He's similar to Isak. Wissa also went on strike. People are saying, it's fine because because they didn't buy him for 125 million. It's fine for him to go on strike. They bought him for 70 or 80 million. Okay, but it's fine for him to go on strike, but it's not fine for Isak to go on strike. Look at the hypocrisy. And what's he done? He has not done anything for them too. Newcastle United, I pray that they finish well above relegation zone. I don't want them to go down, but I just want them to struggle there. Stay there small. Take the relegation zone. Fight small there.
They'll be all right. Once they get out of Europe, they'll start to pick up points. A lot of points.
Yeah. That's it. So because they cannot combine the two. They cannot. But no, there's no Europe now. I mean, there's been no Europe.
When February match and they're out.
You're saying with so much conviction that they'll be out.
They'll be out by then, don't worry. So by that point, they will now be able to string some good results and finish top half of the table or something.
We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Let's go to any more comments. No, I think we've done well today. Thank you, Benvindo. Thank you, SJ Music. So G, thank you, Oga Kwame. Ayo, thank you for coming in the comments. All of you with all the comments. Thank you for joining us today. The final pod of 2025. We'll be seeing you in 2026. As usual, this is your Footy Fantasy. This is your host, Ola, fan of the current champions of the Premier League. We're still here, even though we are not going to win it this year, but we're still here. OV, the title contenders, thank you for joining us. Okay, Mr. Amorim in. Thank you for joining us.
No worries.
Amorim Esquire.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all. We'll talk to you in 2026. Happy New Year. Bye.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is sure say the thing will meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is sure say the